Days on the homestead start early but slow. We chose this life for the freedom it brings, but also the pace of life. We wanted to escape the hustle and bustle, focusing more on the things that matter to us. In a few short months, we have grown a garden for the first time, canned and preserved the abundance it's given to us, raised chickens, and gained goats. Chores mean so much more to us now, and we appreciate having clean spaces for our animals and tending to them. There is something so deeply satisfying about taking care of living creatures. They bring me so much joy, and they also contribute to the homestead. The goats and chickens provide rich compost for us to grow food. The chickens provide protein in the form of eggs and eventually through meat birds. The goats provide us milk to turn into butter, cheeses, and soaps to take care of our bodies, cleansing and nourishing us. We, in turn, take care of them, providing them food from the garden that they helped grow. Part of morning and afternoon chores include milking our 2 goats. The first goat you see here is Kourtney. She was milked previously, so she knows what's up. The white goat that you see is Luna. She is a little bit of a wild card as she had never been milked. She is growing to like it as she gets her oats. You may be wondering why I'm sitting on the ground. Well, we have a beautiful milking stand that we so lovingly made, and it turns out that both Luna and Kourtney are afraid of it. So right now we're just working with their babies, trying to get them used to the stand for when they have kids. After morning chores are done outside, I move to morning chores inside. Today, I wanted to make a bone broth with our half beef soup bones. It is the season of sickness, and I want to stay on top of our health. For this recipe, we start by boiling the bones and rinsing them well to get the scum off of them. Then we move them to roasting pans with all of the vegetables that I plan to use. Today, I have carrots, onion, and garlic. You then roast all of the vegetables and those bones until they have a nice, deep brown crisp onto them. And then you transfer them over to your crock pot with all of the water and slow cook it all day. This recipe uses warm spices, which to my disappointment, I didn't really love. I would use this recipe base again with a few tweaks, and once I perfect it, I'll share my recipe. I will say, my dogs loved this recipe as they got to enjoy the bones when I was done. Even though the spices were not something I would use again, they did make my house smell so good while it was cooking. The spices are bay leaves, star anise, and cinnamon sticks. I had never seen this combination before, and so I was so excited to try it. I've been wanting to make my chicken run a little bit more interesting, and I've been researching ways to do that. One of the ways that I saw was taking a head of cabbage and wrapping it in some thread, like a hanging basket type idea, and hanging it from the ceiling in the chicken run. So I think I'm gonna do that. I have 1 head of cabbage that was basically a bug sacrifice this year, and I'm gonna try that out and see if the chickens like it. As I said, this was so horribly bug infested that I honestly didn't even want to take it through my house. So I ended up walking around my whole house with this head of cabbage. I then strung it up using some balers twine. I'm all for reusing and recycling. I added a little bit of straw to the coop, and they loved that too. Scratching all around was awesome. Next, I picked up some lettuce and some peppers from the garden to try and make myself a taco salad for lunch. I started with ground beef in a pan, and then I added my fresh peppers and some garlic to the pan, cooking them all up until the peppers were soft. Once it was cooked, I added some taco seasoning and then a can of corn and plated it up on top of that lettuce. I topped the whole bowl with some salsa, some cheese, and a little bit of sour cream. I finished my morning off by pickling a bunch of cucumbers. That will come in a video later. Thank you so much for watching and spending the morning with me. I really appreciate you more than you know. Bye!